to the stream. It's just a random one, unannounced. Didn't plan it, but it's vacation time and doing the best I can. And as much as I can, my work from yesterday is mostly still wet with a few exceptions, so I can do these. This is still wet. This is still wet. It dries kind of badly in this space room. Did also drop this tray, so I hope I found everything, and if not, I'll find it soon enough. Then I'll probably be missing something and like, hey, where's that? So yeah, this can have some black, and this still needs to dry a bit, and then I'll just only do some things that are dry. This is dry, and you can have a second layer. Already sneeze coming up. And this one's dry enough for a second coat. Wet, 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 wet. Lots of wets. How dry are you? Also wet, so I'll put you over here. Let's put the wets together. Maybe I can do these anyway. Let's see. I'm missing one. Where is? Oh, that's over here. Yep, that can have another coat. And over there. I'm checking if I have everything because something dropped. Let's see. Aqua, Ignis, Luna, Kim, Gaia. Aqua, Ignis, Gaia, Tiamat. I have no idea where Tiamat is. Over there. Then the high ones. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, all the high ones are present. And others are just needing to be painted. I think I have everything. Good, 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 good. Well, let's continue. As you can see, I made some red. And I put it over here. That's my own blend from one that's not very opaque and one that's very thin. But together they make a very nice blend anyway. I think I need to stir it a bit. And I need to put an apron on. I'm wearing a new sweater. So let's protect it. And after these are painted, I'll start doing a layer of gold for the coins again. And then after that, I'll start put some glitter on things. And I really hope I had everything that dropped because some things dropped at a very inconvenient place. Might be considered a tad too dark, this red, but I actually very much like it. So I'm using my creative liberty that sometimes the colors may be a bit darker. Cleaning my steering stick because, you know, then you can reuse it. Those who follow me know I reuse as much as possible. This only needs 2 coats. This is a very perfect blend. I didn't expect it to turn out this great. You never know what comes out if you mix paints. Same with the dark purple. It's also my own blend. I mixed it with my dark purple, so my own, the very nice Blab-on paint, and a paint that dries extremely darkly purple and not covers that great. If you hear something humming in the background, yeah, this needs to be dark as well. This needs to be red. That's my little space heater. Don't think you can hear it. This is a very good noise cancelling headphone. And if you're watching this later, I know, it's the middle of the day. I don't expect you to drop everything when you get a notification or not. Reminds me of I promised I would let someone know because they don't get notifications. Oh. First I'm gonna but yeah, this is a very nice dark red blend. You can go over here. And remember, there is no stream this weekend. Oh, don't put church leaves in it. There. Lady Ignis is already almost done. I do make simplified versions of the characters whenever needed, but Lady Ignis always only had the black dress and the red hair. I don't know how long I will stream because I'm not feeling that peachy. Thank you for the compliments. I don't have a Discord. So I'm okay with adding you on Discord, but I don't have one. So I can't really add you on Discord. I'm not that popular enough to have a Discord. Plus, I wouldn't be able to moderate it as well because I just don't have the time for that. But maybe in the future, I'll get a Discord. I don't mind this Discord, but it's just too much for me to handle as well. I'm a member of a few Discord groups. I don't have my personal Discord, but even those I rarely visit, mainly because some are just already established communities and it's very hard to get into, and there are like a gazillion messages a day. And the other, well, they just lured me in with false promises. If you post your art, we'll make sure to retweet it, to show it on all our other and link to it and all, and they just never did. So yeah. But who knows, maybe if Twitter falls, I may have new time. I just need to get a balance of things. This red is drying really fast, which is nice, by the way. Don't know if it's fully dry, but dry enough. And again, it's technically a bit too dark, but creative freedom. I mean, I also gave them purple instead of more fuchsia. But yeah, this is a very, very nice blend. Big fan. And one of the paints is a paint you cannot get anymore. Oh boy. Seems I have messed up slightly in here. And good day to you. That's why I didn't clean up. Okay. And I believe, if I am correct and judging by this paint, which paint did I pick? I picked a yellowish paint. And which one was the yellowish paint? Was that this one? It's just water. I think it was this one. I hope it is. I think it is. Okay, so that's fixed, hopefully. Let's see, you can go on this drying plate. No. What do I need? What do I need? I'm gonna need the dark purple for second layer. And this too was the very dark purple paint mixed with the nice metallic blue paint. Being out of focus, I think I need to remove the trash can so I have a little bit more space. So I can go a bit more here. Might be slightly too dark purple. And it is a metallic, you just barely see it, which is fine. Not everything has to be metallic. Okay. So that was the dark purple. Then we're going to do the jeans blue again. And considering the gray, I can slab it on, which hopefully makes it, it takes a bit longer to dry. Well aware. But you know, it has to be done. This is why I don't get people complaining that acrylics dry too fast. They hardly dry with me at all. Need about 2 days. Probably has to do with temperature and humidity. I mean, this space is quite cold, especially in winter, and then it doesn't really dry that well. But like I said, there's no stream on Sunday anyway, so plenty of time to dry well. Okay, so this can dry. And then we go for pans. Okay. Wait, I can do the silver gray. It was the silver gray, right? Yeah. So yesterday I mostly painted and I did some editing. Today I need to do some editing as well. That's a bit much, but okay, we'll just spread it out. And otherwise we'll just tap it back into the tube. Probably will need to get some heat to get all the bubbles out. And I have to keep in mind that with the new start of the year, a couple need to be done. If you're wondering why I'm tapping the tube, that's just so that the paint inside drops to the bottom. Make it easier to refill the tube. Let's get some heat. There we go. Then the turtle doesn't really need much, but you know, it has to be done. Derek's hair is a tone lighter than this, so I may need to mix it with a bit of yellow. So this little turtle comes with the Kim figurine or printy, standy, printy, whatever you want to call it. And of course, you can always print it bigger. I just keep things small because I don't have that much space. May turn it into a magnet. There we go. But the further into the year the characters are, it's easier for me to mix paints. Need to mix Kim's hair, by the way. Need to do some black. I put my black over here. Let's put these sleeves up a bit. It's a wonderful new thick sweater. Really, it's really comfortable in the space with my tiny space heater that barely does anything. Maybe that's something I can do. Create a blend for the hair. It's kind of like Alien's, but I don't think I have that much of Alien's hair color because it is kind of the same. Where did I put that? And I know that's very cryptic, so where did I put that blend? Was it this blend? No, this was a skin tone. No, this was pearlescent. Really, where did I put the blend? This is a skin tone. I think this is the blend for the hair. Let me first check it. Yep, this is the blend for the hair. Cool. Let me first give her an extra coat. Because I have other characters that can have this blend as well. Not just the one ready over here. So I really hope it's enough. But most of these paints only need 2 coats. Color is technically a bit light for Kim, but we can use pastels for effects, and then it's easier to go darker than lighter, so it's not that bad. There we go. So yes, I'm still mass painting. Not being very creative yet, but hopefully halfway next year I have the year after that. Reminds me of I need to start painting Charmeleon. I'm not sure if I have enough paint, so I'm going to give the Hera sisters a different coat. I mean, I was donated so many of these jars that it's quite easy for me to start mixing. I had a water jar over here, so you can go in here. Now what, I'm going to mix a little bit of gold in there as well. So first what I'm going to need is an ochre paint, preferably a budget type. I mean, I have budget paints here, so that's not much of an issue. I just need to find it. This is brown. I need ochre. Yellow ochre. This is too yellow. This is a yellow ochre. And if I recall well, and now I need to be careful not to drop anything. Go, you move into here, you move to here. If I'm correct, I should have some, but that's vermilion. Rich browns. Which color was the rich browns, by the way? Oh, yes, that's a nice brown. And do I have here an open ochre? Yep, I'm going to use that one. So first what I'm going to do is add some gold. Because you know I have plenty of this gold anyway. There we go. Big dab of gold. And yes, I'm still going to paint Varos as well, but we need some mixed paint first. That's some brown. Need to finish the paints. Not very much paint, so I'm probably gonna have to add some more, but let's first color. This is too dark, so let's add some of the terribly crunchy white paint. I need to mix this very well because of the crunchiness. Need a lot more actually. And it needs to be a bit more yellowish, so more gold. Most of my paints I can mix quite well. I don't, that's only once that it's more or less filled. Haha, and that's why I wore. Oh, hello. That's a little right. Sounded more terrible than it was. Just dropped my headphone. I think I'm gonna put some water in here. Do I still have cleanish water here? Should have. Yep, this is still clean water. Doesn't do that much, but it does help a little bit of the chunkiness. Where is my pipette? Pipette, where's my pipette? I have a gazillion pipettes. Just where is it? That's not my pipette. There's a couple of things I always misplace, and the pipette is one of them. Now grab this one. Probably needs a lot of time to dissolve and stuff like that, so. It's very chunky at the moment, so I need to mix it a lot. It's actually a bit too dark already. Too light, but that's okay. It always dries darker, and I need a little bit of water. It's okay if it's a bit dirty water because that mutes it slightly. Okay, now I need a bit more yellowness, so I need the gold. I could pick yellow, but I need to be it slightly brownish, slightly, only slightly. Okay, and now I need to darken it slightly with a little bit of brown, just a little bit. Might be too much. No, that's fine, that's fine. Actually needs a little bit more. See, and that's in the end how you get a jar filled with paint. I think this is the nice color. Might be a little bit of yellow ochre with it. Just a little bit. The yellow ochre matches the yellowish gold, so it is a nice color. I think it might be a bit too light, but that's okay. A bit too orangey, perhaps. It needs a hint of brown. I don't have any brown in here. Vermilion. There's a couple of paints I forgot to clean up that I put in here. Doesn't look like it, so that means, you know what? Maybe a little hint of red. Just a little one. because red is a very potent one, so it does become a lot warmer. I think this is the color we're going to work with. And I always put the paint on the lid of the jar, so you kind of have an idea which color is in there when it's dry anyway. Might actually be nicer as a skin tone, but we'll find out that later. And this one I need to spread out very carefully because of the chunky white. But these ladies aren't very early in the year anyway. One is May, I believe. The other July. Let's see, your hair. Your hair. This tip is hair. These two are sisters, and they both have long hair, only with her you can't see it. It's hidden behind the body. Though I do like her with short hair as well, so perhaps she sometimes can have short hair if she wants to. I mean, she can grow it at will, so it's not right. That's very hard for her to do. So yeah, this is my second day of vacation. Technically my first, because yesterday was just my usual day off. Tomorrow is cleanup day. And Sunday is student day. Which means today is creative day. Okay. I don't have anyone else with this hair color. No, I don't. So you need to dry. Need to put you two away. Yes, I'm not used to the trash can being on this spot. Yep. I need my dark brown blend for her. Oy. This one started molding as well. Where is my scooper scoop? Just the same as with the black. That's what you get with your own blends. If something comes into it because of a not so good cleaned jar or whatever, it doesn't affect the painting. Well, at least as far as I know, because I scoop out most of it. And there's some mold in the jar. Does look like the original Nutella color, but trust me, this is not Nutella. That's why I also removed the inner cap. That's usually where the mold starts to grow. Okay. Unicara. I believe she's in the 10th month, so all the time. This might actually be a bit too dark for her. But considering I'm the creator, I give myself some artistic freedom. This also hair. Yeah. Okay. And if I ever empty this jar, then I just scrape the color off of the lid. There's still plenty of colors I need to mix. Okay, I'm first doing this light gray on Faros because for some odd reason there was a lot of gold spray paint underneath it. So I do first the gray, and then I can do some patches in orange, some patches in white. And I'd like to think that light gray is a better base to go both sides to. Those who wonder about my cat, still here. Not only that, he's starting to pick fights, which is a bit weird considering his age, but you know. Okay, so that's Vadel's another layer. It's on 48 minutes. So which ones can I give an extra color before I start the mask glittering? You need white. Let's see. You need white. Not much white, but you need white nonetheless. And if I'm careful, you need white. And if I'm correct, you need white. And you need white. With some I have to be very careful because not all paint is dry just yet. Let's flip those. Hopefully more fit. There we go. First, let's do the ones we know for sure. And that means looking it up. How about not putting your new sweater into paint? Luckily, this was part that was already dry. Gray sweater. Red gloves. Red shoes even. Didn't really draw his full body, so let me check with the original creator, because even though I write him a lot, his design was not created by me. Red shoes. So red gloves, red shoes. But we're doing the white first. With chunky white. I really need a glass scraper or something like that to make it flat again. Kind of like when you create your own paints, pigments, you mill them together. Is this an old one? Yes, this is an old one. Maybe that's why it's warped. Okay, I need to color your soon anyway. There's a little bit of white in here. Ooh, this color might actually also be nice for Chi. It's a bit too dark for Chi, but I could just grab a new jar, add some white in there, mix it until tomorrow. Yeah, you already told me about the Chobits, but I'm not really at that point right now. I'll look it up when I get there. Oops, that's the wrong one. I know the black is easy to coat. Ah, my white brush wasn't white enough, or wait, not white enough. It's probably better to just put some black over it soon enough. And this is why I don't like to use that many colors at the same time. Can you imagine if that black paint had been wet? That's why I do things at my own pace. I have quite some plans with both cheese. Freya's, Elda's, whatever you give them the name you want to. You don't have to ask me. Okay, you can go and dry. Then I grab you. Be very careful because this pink is still wet. Okay. First, we're going to put you over here. I do have a couple of good white blends, by the way, homemade. But consider it's such a good blend, I rarely use it, only for highlights and stuff like that. Yeah. But we're getting there with this blend as well. Let's see. This should be white. This should be white. And this small part should be white. There we go. Now let's check Hana-chan. Oh, don't put your hands into wet paint. Hana-chan, do, re, mi. What needs to be white? Let's see. Her cap needs to be white. So let's start with that. And a lot of her outfit. Can't really see it. Open a new tab. Okay. So what needs to be white is her wing backpack. Ooh, her pearl earrings need to be white as well. Her puffy sleeves. Her color needs to be yellow. This piece needs to be white. This needs to be white. Her top skirt, because this is a bit much paint. This part I need. And her gloves. This part. There will be a day where I will not paint on other sides, but today is not that day. Top of her skirt. And, well, it makes it easier. Her entire boots. There are more details in her official design, but you can't really get it that much. Then you need to print it bigger and all. Okay, so that's what needs to be yellow, white with Hannah-chan. Now, with Zach, I also needed to use gray, and ironically, it's the same gray that I already used today. Silver gray. Be careful not to blob it into his jacket. I did come up with another outfit for Zach, and then he was more the classic red sweater because he has the power of fire. So that was more stereotypical. And ironically, Zach is for January, so he's almost done. Right, I can go back to the chat. Probably gonna need a second coat, but hey, a second coat is better than no coat. Let's see, where can you dry? Dry over here. And I'm gonna do a restart to split the streams up any moment now. Take a little moment to sip a drink. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. I'm just gonna fix this little mistake over here. A little bit of paint over here, just to cover the white mistake. There we go. So I'm going to take a 5-minute break or so, and then I'll be back. So stay tuned. Just going to close it off, reset it, take a sip, a drink, and then I'll be back and I'll be seeing what I will be coloring next. So see you in a couple.